Good afternoon, Tampa Bay. I'm Tom DuPont. I'm here with the editor-in-chief of the DuPont Registry, Tampa Bay, David Warner.
Hello there, everybody.
I would be the publisher, and today we're going to talk to you about our latest issue of the DuPont Registry, Tampa Bay. After an exhaustive search of how to better present the magazine, how to be more long-lasting, how to be more impressive, we came up with a new logo. Looks like this. Across the top, we get more room for pictures, tell you what's on and going on inside. The copy inside has been repurposed. We've done an upgrade and a step forward in our layout, and the magazine is just more inviting, more elegant, more luxurious, and something we're very proud of. And by the way, I'll remind you again, I think at the end of the broadcast here, send us a note. Tell us what you think. You can see the magazine virtual on our website right now. It's in the mail. And boy, if ever there was a Pony Express, it's today's post office. It's very slow, and we are victims because we're not sending it to you first class, and it does take a while to get your magazine, but look for it in your mailbox shortly. So, David, this is our real estate issue. Lots of real estate in it.
It is. Amazingly enough, yes, there's lots of real estate. And, in my editor's letter, I talk about how every house has a story to tell. And in the beginning of the book, we have three houses that I write about, all of which are for sale, each of which has a different fascinating story behind it. There's a Hyde Park mansion that has deep roots in Tampa history in Hyde Park. There's a beautiful home in Bel Air, which some people think is perhaps the most beautiful in Bel Air. I don't know. I'm sure there would be big arguments about that. And there's a house in Lyford Cay and Culbreth Isles, which is a gorgeous sort of homage to Frank Lloyd Wright. And all of these houses have interesting owners behind them and interesting stories. I also looked into a transformation of a condominium that was once owned by the Culver House family, those that you might remember from the bad old days of the Bucks, which have certainly turned around now under the Glazers.
Boy, you got that right.
As of Sunday and before that. And but it's a really interesting story of how the contractor Steve Rogai and the couple that now owns that condo, Tony and Barbara Scarpo, have transformed it. It's an amazing transformation, and we have before and after photos in the book that show you that. So we have a Kerouac House. Jack Kerouac once lived in this house.
What a great story that is.
Yeah.
That a great story. Those people that bought it just tripped into it. They didn't know really what they bought.
Right.
And now they're 100% into keeping it the same. When Jack Kerouac lived there, wrote some stories, we hope.
There. Yeah.
And died there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I wonder if there's a ghost.
Oh, no one's ever brought that up.
Well, maybe we have to go back at night. So you mentioned the Bucks, and of course we're at that really unusual point in our lives that will probably never be duplicated again. Right. When the Buccaneers are playing in the Super Bowl in their home stadium at RJ against Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs, whoever they are. Huh. Did you know that American Airlines and Delta started up direct flights yesterday from Kansas City to Tampa? So we're going to see plane loads of these folks come down here. They're going to be the ones dressed in red. We're going to be in crimson and pewter. They're red.
Small shades of difference there.
Absolutely.
Big ones at the same time.
So what a week it's going to be starting next week, coming up to the Super Bowl with all the stuff going on.
Yeah.
By the way, we have an ad, a promotional ad. We're working very closely with the Forever 55 folks. And one of the things the Super Bowl host committee and Forever 55 has is Yacht Village in downtown Tampa. So if you got a really big boat and you want to be right in downtown, right where the central party zone is there on the Riverwalk, they might have a slip left for you. Not inexpensive, but boats aren't cheap.
Sure, and if you're coming down to see the Super Bowl, you already have a pair of tickets at maybe about $40,000. So what's the little yacht slip, to make everything more comfortable?
Absolutely. So you get some passes to wander around the village and everything, and the super host village for the Super Bowl village, and should be an exciting time in downtown Tampa. Be able to showcase what's going on down there, which is everything. Interesting enough, the other side of town from Water Street.
Yes.
So if you want to see both, guess what you do? You get on the trolley, ride from one to the other, then you go to Ybor, and then you come back. What a day to be downtown Tampa.
We also have a story about the new JW Marriott, which is the official hotel of the Super Bowl. That's one of the first new developments in Water Street beautiful hotel. I've not seen a lobby like this anywhere in the Tampa area. It's pretty spectacular. One of the, if you remember the old, maybe 60s, 70s atrium lobbies, this kind of reminds me of some of those, but certainly updated for the 21st century.
That's a beautiful hotel and quite a landmark for Tampa. Now that they've got a lock on hotel rooms down there with so many new hotels coming out of the ground.
Great story about that. I don't know if you all know that, but the Raptors are practicing in the ballroom of the JW Marriott. That's our other sports team now.
Basketball in the ballroom. Sounds great to me.
It's a
Sounds
ballroom.
Great.
Why not?
Yeah. So you know what? We try to do a travel feature in every issue. So this one's really special. David has a dog, Walter.
Yes, I do.
I have a dog, Webster. They like to travel.
Yes.
So where else where are you going to go with your dog? We want to go to pet-friendly hotels. So this issue we have Paradise Without a Passport, but with your puppy.
Yeah, they're beautiful places that Mary Lou Jansen found for us, and along with some pretty darned adorable photos of dogs. Unfortunately, no photos of Walter or Webster, but someday they'll be in the book.
They're both very shy.
Yeah.
So keep in mind that these are all hotels that are really geared towards pet-friendly opportunities. And you know what? They're all in Florida. They're all driving distance. No commercial airplane flights. Probably a one-tank trip, to use the quote. One to get there, one to come back. Key West, going to be a lot of fun.
And you could get a robe for your dog in one of these places.
A robe. I hope it's a big one for Webster. So we changed our direction a little bit on how we cover dining and fine dining. We've gone in and really picked out some unique dishes. You get to take a look at them. It makes you hungry to look at them. I mean, you want to go try one of these dishes, and it's been very exciting to bring to you now in the pages of the DuPont Registry and on the virtual magazine, on the web, some information about fine dining in Tampa. And we know that there's an interest in knowing where those places are, particularly with a number of new places opening up.
That's right. Jenna Ryman-Snyder, who's a terrific writer, new to us but not new to Tampa Bay, has been writing, has her finger on the pulse of what's opening, what's new, so she goes through some restaurants that have recently opened in late 2020, early 2021, like Donovan's Meadery, which is the latest DATS endeavor, and that's over in, I believe is it Brandon?
I think it's all the way on the other side of the bay from where we are. I know
yes,
that.
It is that. But the DATS people always do a great job, and she talks about that restaurant, Joe Toro, down in the Channel District and near Sparkman Wharf. And a couple that are on their way, Linger on 6th Street, which will have Jeffrey Jew, who's a well-known chef locally. He was on Top Chef. He was at Stillwater's and Bella Brava. Now he's opening his own place in downtown St. Pete. And Two Graces, which I'm really excited about, which is opened by the same folks who run Grace, a beautiful restaurant in Paso Grill, and two great charcuterie shops, both called Gracie, one down in that part of the world and one in the central district, the Edge District of St. Pete. But Two Graces is in the former home of the Reading Room on the grounds of Free Fall Theater, West Central, and he's really putting an emphasis on outdoor dining, on having outdoor rooms, which is ideal certainly for the current situation we're in, but kind of a no-brainer for Florida. It certainly is something that more and more restaurants are going to be planning for. Lots
of outdoor dining in the Tampa Bay area, different from New York City, where even in the nice weather, it's a little noisy and it's not exactly the freshest air as we have down here. So I want to mention something specifically, our style pages. Michelle Capelli does such a fabulous job. And in case some of you who are watching have forgotten, with all the hubbub over the Super Bowl, the next weekend, I think it's the next weekend, is Valentine's Day. So for those of you who've almost forgotten about Valentine's Day, go right to the style page, take a look at some of the outfits and jewelry, and then some of the makeup you might want to wear if you're going out to dinner or something like that. Michelle has this unique way of finding the perfect thing that is subtle but could be a wonderful gift for somebody, and her style pages are just off the charts, and she runs her own website where she can give you everything from advice to other outfits you might wear and other fashion you might do, and she's forever giving you Facebook tips on what to wear and how to dress up, and we're very pleased to have her on board. She's just terrific.
That's lovemichellestyle.com is her website. And, if you forgot to get the Super Bowl tickets as a Valentine's gift, then you've got some other alternatives here if you read Michelle's columns this issue.
Yeah, you could actually early Valentine's Day gift would be 2 tickets to the Super Bowl.
Yes, and and
that would be big.
Choose an outfit to wear from Michelle.
That's right. That's right. Now, in every magazine we feature an automobile. Who would have ever thought that there's such a thing as a $100,000 plus Cadillac SUV? Now, it's the craziest thing I ever heard of, but wait till you see this car. The pictures are fabulous. The story is unique. The car is beyond comfortable, and at the same time, quite the little rocket ship that you can imagine. An interesting story by our auto writer Howard Walker. The most impressive part is that instead of seeing a video screen where you're looking at the map or something like that that's absolutely square, it tapers off to one side.
Yes.
So that you don't interrupt your view and get something square with all the great curves on the dash.
It's also very large.
It's a big one.
It's a big screen.
Absolutely. Now, we did mention it's a real estate issue, so there's lots of homes featured for sale, including the one on the cover, which is in Bel Air. I do want to mention the one on 801 South Delaware. What an extraordinary house, built back in the 1920s, been around for years, lovingly restored down to the absolute nail heads and screws and trim. It's just elegant.
Glass, built-in cabinets. It's a wonderful house.
And the top floor?
It's a ballroom.
It's a ballroom made into a game room and a hobby room up there. Pretty interesting spot, right on South Delaware Avenue. So you're minutes to downtown, you're minutes to the Bay Shore, and you're minutes to Hyde Park, where you can go in and enjoy all the new restaurants and everything going on there. So back page, Forever Friends. Super Bowl's Forever 55 initiative is really pretty extraordinary. The NFL and local community put together a fund of about $2 million. And they've got some major grants that they give out in the community, but also they're micro grants. And what they're trying to do is plant seeds of something that will start or go up to the next level and then be there forever. So the Forever 55, they're trying to generate something that will grow over time by feeding it at this point in time. It's been exciting to see the small charities that have gotten a small grant and a couple of the big ones. I particularly like the story about one of the toughest schools, elementary schools in the area. They got them food carts, the kind of heated food cart that you bring around, and they're all there so that they can get lunch. It can be better. It can be more tasty. The kids will love it a lot, and it's all part of Forever 55's program to involve everybody. Now, the young lady who's in charge of the Forever 55 and the Super Bowl host committee is Claire Lessinger. She's local. She grew up in Clearwater. She was a volleyball player in college,
USF.
And then a coach, and then she landed this job. And her excitement and energy is just unbelievable. As if you don't get excited about the Super Bowl anyway, she can take it to the next level. Wonderful person to have represent the community. She spends a lot of time talking with the NFL and all the major sponsors and all the big guns coming to town. So, David, anything else we need?
We have a classic photo of one of her old friends in that page.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
didn't mention.
Molly DuPont Schaefer and Claire were good friends growing up, and there's a picture of them when I think they were about 12.
Eighth grade, I think.
Eighth grade.
Hiding under a table or
Yeah,
something.
absolutely. Crazy stuff. So, anything in the agenda, in the calendar that we need?
Tons of great stuff. I mean, one thing that's happening tonight, in fact, is that we featured him online today and in the magazine as a writer, Ben Montgomery, who was a Pulitzer finalist when he was working at the Tampa Bay Times, and now has gone on to write best-selling nonfiction like Grandma Gatewood's Walk, which was a fascinating book about a woman who walked by herself down the Appalachian Trail and a renewed interest in the trail. And he stumbled upon a fascinating story now for this book called A Shot in the Moonlight, which is about the first black man essentially to successfully sue a potential lynch mob. And he was defended by a former Confederate soldier. Ben is going to talk about that tonight with a virtual launch of his book, which does launch today from Tampa Books. It's on Oprah's list of the most anticipated books of 2021, and I'm anticipating it. I think it sounds like an amazing premise, and it's true.
And it's right here in Tampa, St. Pete.
Tampa Books is in St. Pete, and Ben is based in St. Pete. I think. He also just started a newsletter for Axios with about Tampa Bay.
I'm going to let you comment on this because I'm a little surprised when there was actually a story as content that's very interesting called "Showing Off Your Best Self," and it's about taking photos that you may keep as a gift to your significant other. That are provocative and attractive and in an environment, they do call it the boudoir photo shoot. Pretty interesting that people are really looking towards that kind of a memorable shot so they can have the memory around for a long time and both ladies and men.
Yes, right. Boudoir photography sort of has maybe questionable aura about it, but it's actually what this photographer is doing, and and Tracy writes very well about this, is how empowering it could be to have a photo shoot of yourself feeling as good as you possibly can, looking as good as you possibly can, and looking pretty sexy in the bonus. And that's good for you to see and for your partner to see. And it's a fun story, and I think certainly worth checking out.
A great Valentine's Day gift.
Perfect for Valentine's.
That's what we're all talking about. So one other article we have in here, which everybody's focused on in Tampa Bay. We talk about Water Street, we talk about Hyde Park, the St. Pete downtown, the beaches out of Midtown, right in the middle, Dale, Mabry, and Kennedy, and the interstate, 295. So, I mean, how they assembled the piece of property is still something that I don't understand. That's a lot of little pieces, but what a remarkable location it's going to be, and you're going to really enjoy going there. It's about ready to open up and like a flower, right?
There are lots of different elements to it. It is a pretty amazing development. It's called Midtown Tampa. It is right off of Dale Mabry, and that's near 275. It has not only offices, but hotels, residences, retail, parks. It's a whole community unto itself, which never existed before. And it's exciting to think about this as being another way Tampa is expanding. I remember when the Riverwalk began to expand all the way to Tampa Heights, and now suddenly Tampa Heights is a place that it had not been before. This is certainly doing something for Midtown Tampa that will have an impact for a long time to come.
These communities where you can walk around. In Tampa Heights, you can walk, and in Water Street, you can walk, and here in Midtown, you'll be able to walk around. Hyde Park, you can walk around. Maybe help us with our carbon emissions footprint, and we'll all be a little bit healthier. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching today, but this is an exciting time for us. A new logo, a new look, essentially a new year, a new look. And we're very pleased with the way the magazine came out, and we hope that you'll drop us a text or an email or give us a call. Tell us what you think. We know we're going to continue to tweak it here and there as we go forward, but these are exciting times. By the way, it's also the same logo you'll see on our website, duPontRegistryTampaBay.com, where you can go see the stories repurposed in a format for the internet. You can see advertising. You can see a virtual magazine. You can see archives of old magazines, old articles. It's a treasure trove of information. So when you can't find the magazine because you left it in the other room, you pick up your cell phone or your little laptop and you tune into duPontRegistryTampaBay.com, and you got everything right in front of you.
That's for sure, including this conversation.
Yeah, we'll be on the web and on the internet too. So we look forward to seeing you. So it's about our time to go here. We enjoyed being with you today. Exciting times with Super Bowl, brand new issue of the DuPont Registry Tampa Bay, Valentine's Day, 2021. Going to be quite a year, I think.
A happy new year.
Happy New Year to all of you, absolutely. And happy February almost. So thank you for being with us today. We really appreciate you joining us. We look forward to seeing you again soon, right here at the DuPont Registry Tampa Bay World International Headquarters, located up the street on 140th Street Avenue North, across from the St. Pete Airport. So we'll say goodbye for today. David, pleasure to be with you and visit about the magazine. And the message for all of you here is go out and make it a great day, Tampa Bay.